I'm here 75 miles north of New York City in the beautiful town, Trumbull, Connecticut. I'm Mukesh Parikh, and my company, JYDM Films. It's a subsidiary of one of our other companies, Transcontinental Technologies. We also filmed a Hollywood short film in 2022, and it went on the Cannes Film Festival and since has won an award and received reviews. We have three projects on hand right now, and JYDM films very well crafted in terms of the crew and the cast.
Fantastic. That's super exciting and super helpful to understand just the context of your background and your company. Also, maybe a little bit about how long has the company been around, and how many projects has it delivered.
Now that we are into this three projects, one of them already into the pre-production. Currently, it is the musical drama. The next is a comedy, and the other one is a amazingly Hollywood concept, but still a very much into the, I would say, action, but then also a dark comedy.
That's super interesting. Also, I wanted to sort of switch gears to talk about the musical drama. Give us a little bit of a background in terms of how the story started out, and where you really started getting more and more excited about that project.
So the name of the project and this feature film is Millionaires of Love, the Raga of the Dunes. As the name suggests, it is about amazing musicians in the deserts of Rajasthan whose legacy and his music is exceptional. They are now in the strife of the new world of music and their legacy. This is an amazing story that has not been told to the world. And now music is not just the background, it is the entire story of the movie. So crafted with Grammy winners, multiple Grammy winners, and the amazing instruments known to the world, Kamaicha, Sarangi, Santur.
That is fascinating. You also talked about the fact that you've got a host of these very talented musicians. How's that aspect coming along?
Yes, Atul. Uh, Actually, we have been very lucky and very blessed in that sense that when I have spoken to them in person or Zoom or at any of the festivals, their excitement was amazing. And even without being on the contract, that this Langa and Manganyan musicians who have traveled to Germany and France so many times, they are so frequent in Europe and they're frequent over here also in the US and other regions of the world. They have not been that lucky to show the strength of the music, the soulful music that can strike against the symphonies of the world. And that has given me an edge when I speak to this amazing cast and the crew. So the crew includes two Grammy Award winners. It also includes some of the nation's top Manganyar musicians who have been awarded the national awards like Padma Shri, and they have given their everything to build it. So we have already recorded two songs, and at the one of the best studios in Asia. The crew with the music director, with the singers, which are the top line singers, and also we are now talking to London Symphony Orchestra for one of the fusion songs that may be composed along with the Grammy winners. We also have been lucky to talk to one of the best violinists in the world, Caroline Campbell. She is extremely excited, and she will give us the finale too in one of the songs.
Those are incredible names and great honors from all of those artists. Grammy, Padma Shri, and then also, great violence is getting attached. I was wanting to understand a little bit about the timelines. What are the timelines that you're working with? When does a project sort of get into completion?
We are in the advanced stage of pre-production. We have, as I mentioned, locked in the crew and also the A-lister cast in Bollywood. So our pre-production activities, along with the national award-winning director, Anant Narayan Mahadevan, is actively involved in these activities. The deserts of Rajasthan has the best lighting conditions, generally in the October-November months of the year. And we want to be there in the beginning of October. So our pre-production activities will be completed by then. And we plan to film in October and November of this year. The coming year. I'm already in the new year.
Fascinating, fascinating. You talked about A-lister talent. I'm sure that even on the technician side, there'll be a fair amount of focus on just getting the recordings of the sound to very pristine quality. Talk a little bit about how the whole music recording is actually getting added to your production plans.
And you are absolutely right that the music is not the sole narrative of the story, but also the making of it, right? So we will be having managed by a company in London. Basically, it's a fusion of the string instruments of both the Eastern, which is the Kamaicha, and the other instruments which are in the deserts of Rajasthan by this community, but also the symphonies of the world. So they will be managing this and using the best technologically advanced composition instruments or the technology needed. So that way we come out with the best product that can travel the world uh, wherever, theaters or in the streaming media.
Got it. Got it. No, thanks for those details. Moving on to then other details about the project itself. Let's talk a little bit about the finances. What's the overall budget that you're looking at from a project perspective, and then also in terms of tax credits, and then if you've already been able to raise money, if you can talk a little bit about all of those aspects.
So the total budget for these international musical drama feature is $3.5 million. And we have already secured more than 100K right now so that we can initiate all our pre-production activities and engage the cast and the crew. But we are seeking all kinds of partnership, either equity, either anything from the pre-sales, and also how we can best distribute theatrically, which can travel the festivals and also in the streaming media. So we are looking for any of those partnerships.
One aspect that I wanted to understand was also relating to the tax credits piece. Is that something that's in the plan? What's the approach that you're taking on that? And then the other aspect was that you mentioned pre-buys. What kind of territories do you think are the most exciting? Where do you think it's going to appeal the most?
This Banganyar and Langa musicians that I mentioned to you, uh, they have traveled the world. The world has known that this music is amazingly not only beautiful, but it can challenge, the other string musicians and the music of the world. So this film, we have presumed that this definitely is in India, Southeast Asia, uh, most of the parts of Europe, and of course the Americas. This is because language doesn't matter in a musical, right? Music is the language. And if we refer to the many of the other musicals that have taken, over the world, doesn't matter what language. We call it Whiplash meets Slumdog Millionaire, uh, but it will definitely go through these territories first, and then definitely the Americas.
My next question was going to be comparables and the comps that you are working with. Again, for a lot of financiers, it's important to understand, what is this project like? You mentioned Slumdog Millionaire and Whiplash. When you give those references, is it the music aspect that you're talking about, or is it just or is it also the drama and the story associated?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is based on true events, if I did not mention before. The community is so powerful and so good, this musical community, that in just one district near the Jaisalmer city in Rajasthan, it's called Bagmer district, has 2,000 musicians in one district. One of them we met in a very small hut, a 25-year-old Kamaicha player. He said, "Wait a second, give me 1 minute." And he came out with a stack of passports. So we were wondering, this many times he has frequented to Europe and Americas. And you can imagine that he was invited to that. So uh, they are very popular. The drama that unfolds is a strife between a son and a father. And again, it is the strife of the tradition and the modern music, the fusion. So it's a beautiful drama that unfolds along with so much music in it. As I said, it's a part of the narrative and not just the background. That this strife then takes it to further when he meets an American musician. And meanwhile, a real incident that happened in Paris is also being covered here to show that today, even in this day and age, women in this community is not allowed to go on the stage. And if they do, they are extradited from the community. And this real event that happened while her husband was in Paris in one of the musical shows, and he, lost his life in a blast. That's covered in here, so that the women empowerment, which is needed to be shown and told to the world, is also in this entire musical drama. Also, how that 14-year-old kid uh, 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 goes over that whole strife of with the dad, and also with the community and with the world, and then wins one of the biggest award in the world. So it's a beautiful drama, and as I said, comparable, Whiplash meets Slumdog Millionaire. Now you can imagine why I said that.
That's fascinating to understand. Again, some of the themes that you talked about are very, very exciting for investors and streamers, as I'm sure they are for the theatrical distributors as well. Incidentally, Europe is very, very focused on factual content, as well as women-based themes really do well. So I'm sure you're sort of looking at those aspects as you are executing on the project.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And again, on top of all that, the beauty of Rajasthan and the beauty of the landscapes and the deserts and all of that, the Havelis, will be portrayed in the entire movie. And we have been very lucky that the royals and the government of Rajasthan has welcomed us to take this further, because it really is taking the story not just to the boundaries of Asia, but it takes it to the world.
Fascinating. I'm sure some of these themes will also appeal to both the provincial government in Rajasthan as well as the government of India.
Yes, and the I would say topping off the everything for the financiers is an excellent program that the Indian government has today,
Mhm.
with close to 40% of the incentives above the line, and also an additional from the government of Rajasthan. Powerful way to see the ROI and also the returns that can really help with these incentives.
That's super helpful. Mukesh, in the last segment, I wanted to cover what kind of financial outcomes are you expecting, especially with investors.
Yeah, the revenue models that we are working with today, and with the comparables that are in the same genre and within the same global certain movies, it definitely is landing at least into the first lowest slab of, I would say, $10 to $15 million in revenues. This includes our musical advantage. This also includes our photography, and also the crew and the cast and the makers of it. So it will deliver a very solid revenue uh, in the lowest range also. So an equity partner, we are offering excellent first take on the revenue, in the gross revenue,
Okay.
and then also the equity partnership after all the expenses and all the other uh, items are paid. So within the middle and the higher range, they can expect, I would say, more than 125 to 150% return.
Understood. Understood. No, that's super significant. And then again, as a global project, you have many avenues to sort of monetize the IP from that perspective.
Yeah, we have been approached by the studios. These studios wants to primarily buy everything, and we want to keep our vision as it is, and deliver what we are promising. So that's why we are still deliberating that is that the right route to go. As I mentioned, we are also negotiating right now with London Symphony Orchestra, to bring that excellence in it, because Ricky Cage, who is one of the 3 times Grammy Award winners, is one of the composers, composed the Indian national anthem with them last year, and he's already in contact with them for us. So all this said, it's value that can bring to the whole project for an investor, and that's the reason we have not done a shortcut right now, and we are trying to see to give the best to the world and also to the investors.
Mukesh, this sounds like a very exciting project. As I mentioned, musical drama, based on true events, are really exciting themes for certain markets, including Europe. And then the music itself will appeal to a host of folks who are, irrespective of boundaries. So I want to wish you all the very best, for this project. Are there aspects that we haven't covered that you would like to talk about?
I would just say Millionaires of Love is not just a film about music. It is about what we choose to preserve and what we risk to lose if we don't.
Fantastic, fantastic.